Moon Rising. I'm Christy Forsyth with Clarity by Christy. I am a soul therapist and an intuitive that connects with the angelic energy, and I help the helpers, the light bringers, and the soulpreneurs of this world to live their most magical life. So if that's you, make sure you hit that subscribe button with the bell so you can get notifications for all the videos that I'm sharing here on the channel. But for today, we are going to dive into your February 2020. What do you need to know? What messages do the angels have for you? And how can you best navigate this month? So the first cards that we are going to take a peek at is the overarching theme. And I do want to point out that I really notice, I think there's a lot of shifting as I look at the entire spread that we have here. I just think for you through this month, you're really going to be working on your thoughts, your thinking, seeing things from a new perspective. And in my opinion, based on what I'm seeing, really a better perspective, a more positive perspective. So I just feel like some clarity will click in, some thoughts will click into place that will be helpful and just really set you up for success. Okay, so the very first cards that we're going to take a look at is the overarching theme. And speaking of being set up for success, I mean, you are just, with this Knight of Air energy, successful. You are flying full speed ahead, you know. The card itself says events that occur with great speed, and take time to carefully review your options, creative solutions. But this is you being on the fast track. This is you being ambitious. This is you going for it. This is you going after it. So whatever it is that you're feeling compelled to go after it, because there's so much energy just supporting you to just ride right in, right? And to allow yourself to just go for it. And you want to make sure that you're not so caught up in the forward momentum that you miss things that you need to be paying attention for, right? So like, you know, don't just like, this says carefully choose your options. Don't just rush into things because your momentum is moving so quickly. But at the same time, if it feels right, go for it and go after it. And really, even if those fears are kind of, excuse me, looming there for you, not allowing it to hold you back. Just keep going. Keep pushing, because there's a lot of success being set up for you. And we have also in this theme category the new opportunity card, right? So something new is coming in, and this combined with the Knight of Air energy is such a successful energy. I really like this energy for you. I think that whatever this is, whatever you are, this new opportunity that's coming in, I think you take it and you run with it, and you just are really either creating new opportunities for yourself through this momentum you already have going, or it sets you up for a new momentum and really propels you into further success. So I think that you can expect a lot of exciting things happening for you for this month. And then we also have the Avenger card, which is interesting because we also have this Knight energy, right? So this is like you being a little bit of a superhero this month. This is you defending people that maybe need your help. This is you standing strong in your truth and defending yourself. This is you standing up for what's right. And this is you advocating for other people or helping other people. So look for opportunities to help. Look for opportunities to be that knight in shining armor for other people. Look for opportunities to show up for people and to do the right thing. And I think that it's so important that we really allow ourselves to ask ourselves, what is the right thing to me, and how do I honor my ethics and my values and my morals? And so how do we honor those things, and how do we be this avenger in the world? And when we truly are a superhero, when we truly are an avenger, we're doing it in such a way that we continue to give off the energy of love. So this isn't about defending one person and hurting another. This is about doing everything with love as much as we possibly can, which can be really challenging. But when you lead with love, you're always setting yourself up for success, and you're always contributing more positively to this universal energy that we're all working toward, which ultimately is how close can we get to just creating this universal energy of love here on this planet. So we're all working toward that, and we're all doing our part in contributing to that. And the more you think about being the energy of love, no matter what the circumstances, the better. So that's a journey and that's a challenge, but something that we all as light workers are working toward. So the next card that we have here, speaking of that, is the ego card reversed. Okay, so in the challenges section, I think like you're going to recognize the ways that your ego has been holding you back, the ways that you're human. I always say you're human versus your soul, right? The ways that you're human, the way that your fears have been holding you back and preventing you from being as successful as you possibly can be. And I feel like as much as that's going to be like hard, I think that's going to be presented to you in such a way where you're like, holy shit, do I act that way? Is that, I don't want to handle things that way, or I don't want to be this person, or you know, this isn't how I'm comfortable with living my life. And I think that you're gonna have to like really face some things about yourself or the way that you've been handling things that you don't love, but it's all part of the journey and it's all part of us learning our lessons, right? So instead of being hard on yourself about it, really learning the lesson and figuring out how you want to handle things, figuring out how do I want to be better for myself, for other people, how do I want to like rise up out of this ego, how do I want to be less self-focused and more focused on just creating a better world and being of service and doing good things here in this world. How do I want to stop letting my fears hold me back? How do I want to move forward in spite of me feeling afraid? So the more that you can do that, the more that you can take steps in the direction of following your soul rather than following your human, the better. Okay, we're never going to fully release the ego, but because we are human, right? But we are always working toward getting a little bit closer to being more focused on our soul rather than our ego-based thoughts and feelings. So the next card that we have here is in the gifts category. Okay, so here we have the King of Earth and the King of Earth reversed. Okay, so, you know, I think that you're going to be presented with some gifts, some opportunities to take a look at your relationship with money. You know, what changes do you need to make? What structure do you need to add in? What can you do better? Because I think that if you can change it up, I think if you can shake it up, you're going to find that money, abundance, opportunities, everything is just going to be flowing more steadily, right? Like, again, we've got new opportunities coming in, but what do you need to change? What do you need to shift? Sorry, I'm dropping things, that is going to allow you to create a better structure for your money, a better way to handle your money, a better way to spend your money. Or this is also about like really taking a look at, again, we talked about ego, looking at your priorities. Where are my priorities messed up? Where am I putting too much time and energy that I really deep down don't want to be, or isn't in alignment with my values? And what do I need to shift? What, you know, where am I selling my soul for money or for something else, you know, or to make other people happy or whatever this is, like, or where am I being too stubborn? Where am I being too rigid? You know, the King of Earth is Taurus. It can be Taurus energy, right? Which is like stubbornness. So where am I being like, I want it my way and only my way, and I'm not open to this? Or where am I digging my heels in where I shouldn't necessarily be digging my heels in? Where am I being too rigid here? And where can I allow a little bit more flexibility into my life? Where am I being too routine, right? How am I so stuck in a routine that I'm holding myself back from progressing in my life? So the next card that we have here is in the category of lessons. Okay, so what are some of the lessons you're going to be learning? And here we have the Nine of Earth. So again, this is about where can I find enjoyment in the life that I have right now? What are my priorities? Where do I need to make adjustments to my priorities? You know, where am I overspending? Where am I where am I putting money into that I should not be putting money into, or that I would really prefer not to? What patterns do I need to break that are not helping me, that are not serving me in regard to how I'm spending my money? So shaking that up, and where do I need to find gratitude for the little things again? And where do I need to find joy in those little moments in life? So really focusing on changing up and shifting some of those priorities. And this isn't about like changing who you are. This is really about getting back to your true priorities and getting back to your true values and asking yourself, what do I believe about that? And how am I living my life that is in alignment with my values? And where do I need to make some changes? Because I think that that is going to, again, set you up for success. Here we have also in the category of advice, the Six of Water, okay? Reverse, the Six of Water reverse. So this is about like something in regard to your past, something in regard to your childhood that is going to come up for you this month. And this is advice for you to like, don't just push it aside. Don't just ignore it. Don't, if it makes you uncomfortable, just push it away and go about your business, because with this Knight of Air energy, you're going to be very busy, and that can be a distraction. But don't distract yourself to the point that you're not dealing with whatever this is, because you need to deal with whatever this is. Because if you allow yourself to go through the emotions of this, if you allow yourself to process this, if you allow yourself to feel your feelings, it allows you to let it go. So whatever it is that you're feeling compelled to do, to let it go. But avoidance is not letting it go. Avoidance is stuffing it, and it will keep coming back until you deal with it. So whatever it is, make sure you follow your process and you allow yourself to deal with it. Okay? That's going to be really, really important here. And this is also, by the way, romanticizing the past. Okay, so where are you romanticizing the past? Where are you telling yourself stories about the past that are keeping you stuck, that simply aren't true? Are you so focused on an old relationship that you're not allowing yourself to be open or to see a relationship that is right in front of you? Or are you so hurt and so damaged from past relationships and you're not dealing with whatever that is, that it is preventing you from truly being the best you can be in the relationships that you have in your life right now? So where do you need to make some tweaks? What do you need to deal with? Where are you telling yourself untruths? Where are you romanticizing the past? It's time for you to get real with yourself about certain things, and it's time for you to process the things that are coming up for you that need to be addressed. And believe me, you'll know what this is, because it'll just like start to come up. Either you'll be triggered, or it'll come up in relationship patterns that you have right now that'll remind you of old stuff or something. But you're gonna know what this is. I feel like this isn't gonna be a mystery. It's gonna be a pretty powerful theme for you through this month, and the sooner you deal with it, the better. So then we have, for the last cards that we have showing up here, is in the what else category, okay? And so I pulled 3 cards for this. So first we have the Page of Air, okay? So this is about, for me, a new way of thinking, a new perspective. I really feel like some things just click for you, and I think some of that comes through doing this emotional work, right? And it's like, oh, I finally get it, This just makes sense to me now. And we don't get it till we get it. And then when we do, it's like, holy shit, that makes total sense. Like, why didn't I get that before? It's kind of that way of thinking where we're like, if I knew what I knew now and I could go back and do things differently, I would, right? But you wouldn't know what you know now unless you went through what you went through and learn the lessons that you learned. So take the lessons that you learned in your life and apply them, right? And allow yourself to use your hardships, use what you've been through to help you to grow, to help you to do things differently, to help you to do things better this time around, rather than let it make you all jaded and, negative and lack of trust and disconnected. Rather than doing that, take it for what it was supposed to be and use it as a way to grow. Use it as a way to know how to do things better this time around, okay? So that can be that Page of Air energy. This is also kind of, this can be about information that comes to you in such a way that it's a bitter pill to swallow at first, okay? So it might be information that you don't like. It might be a message that comes through for you through someone that you don't like, or you don't like the way that they deliver it. Maybe it's been delivered without tact, or you just don't like this person, or you don't like the information that they have delivered. But nonetheless, pay attention to the message. Ignore all of that. Pay attention to the message. Now, I pulled this card for somebody, and I told her that, and she left our session and within 30 minutes was getting a call from someone that she knew who had some information that was delivered to her about a past relationship that she really didn't want to hear, but it was important for her to hear. And we had processed that for the past couple months, and she's now recognizing just how important that message was. And she could have chosen to ignore it. She could have chosen to hide her head in the sand, but instead she decided to take that information and to use it. And it really was what she needed in order to let this relationship go. Okay, so really allowing this message to come through, trying not to avoid it, trying not to be in denial just because it's hard to hear or just because you don't like the person that has delivered it or the way in which it was delivered. Allow the message to come through in the way that it has come through, and take what speaks to you, take what makes sense to you, leave the rest, but let the message come through and let yourself really be open to hearing whatever this person has to say. And then we have the higher consciousness card, okay? So I really think that through this journey, and I think for you, while you're going to be busy and while you're going to be processing things, I think some things will be sparked for you in terms of really wanting to step into a state of higher consciousness, really wanting to elevate your soul, wanting to work on raising your vibration, bringing more light into your energy field, bringing more positivity into your life, being more spiritual, connecting more with your spirituality, finding a spiritual community. And so anything that you're feeling compelled to do in terms of elevating your consciousness, really working on connecting with that spirituality, you are encouraged to do that, because I think that you are going to be working on that, and you are having this seeker energy as well. Seeker energy is like, I'm looking for higher knowledge. I'm looking for wisdom. I'm looking to understand the way that the world works. I'm looking to connect more spiritually. I'm looking to understand how spirituality impacts me and impacts the world and impacts other people. And I'm just looking for truth and wisdom and understanding. And so that seeker energy, we really want to allow as you are opening more to wanting this state of higher consciousness in your life. So you are encouraged to allow that and to do anything you can to foster that. So those are your messages for February 2020. If you like this video, make sure you hit that like button. And if you would like to subscribe to my channel, hit that subscribe button with the bell to get notifications for all the videos that I share here on the channel. I'm Christy Forsyth with Clarity by Christy. If you want to learn more about me or about Clarity, you can check me out at discoveryourawakening.com. I will see you guys soon with another video. Take care.